just went and rented out a hearse. The devil and his keys, and I'm sitting in reverse, about to back up on my life and make it worse. Dealing with disease, and I know I can't be cured. I'm certain, I'm uncertain, and I'm certainly insured. No sir, I assure you it's a circus over her. This ain't church. Climbing to the canopy, I'm winding up the family tree. It's nuts, but I think the family's cursed. War widow lost a father and a husband.
Whoever sees this and subscribes right now will get free beef. Hey, we worked hard to get to the top of the food chain. This is hip hop. What's going on, YouTube? It's Knox. We are back. We're back with our reaction series. So today, man, Benzino has fired back on Eminem. As you guys know, we broke down Eminem's shots on Doomsday Part 2 right here on this channel. There was a lot going on with that we talked about, and I had a feeling it was going to get under his skin, and Benzino, being Benzino, of course he's going to capitalize on his 5 minutes of fame. So we have a rebuttal. And ladies and gentlemen, we got some rap beef on our hands. So this right here right now is none other than Benzino and Vulturius. But before we're going to further listen, I'm going to give a quick shout out to that song in the intro. Listen, if you guys like that brand new music video out now, it is called Family Curse. It is a wild, true storytelling track for me. If you like what you hear, you want to check it out, I promise you won't be disappointed. I'll put the links to that below. But anyways, you know what we're here for. Eminem, Benzino, step back up to the plate. Let's see what you got.
Yo, Eminem should be called Skittles, sweet ass motherfucker. Candy ass Eminem, bitch ass feminine, Maddie like melanin, on value.
Oh no, here we go. Feminem. Get it? Female Eminem, because that's never been used before by Ja Rule, Insane Clown Posse Game, and then obviously playing off of the name of Eminem's to the Skittles being sweet. What? This is what I don't understand. In a diss track, do you not do your homework and like look at other diss tracks that have been done? Like, we're just recycling yet again the same insults on Eminem. All right, he's 0 for 1 to start, but let's see where we go with this. Come on, Benzino. Come on!
Yo, Eminem should be called Skittles, sweet ass motherfucker. Candy
Get it? Get it? It's so sweet, right? He's a rapper. Undo the rapper? No.
Eminem, bitch ass feminine, Maddie like melanin, on volume turned up again. Oh shit, here we go. Benzino versus Jim Crow. Know a custody when I see one. How many times you overdose? Cracker on crack, who rap? I hate.
Benzino versus Jim Crow. He is equating Eminem to the, Jim Crow laws of the South and segregation, essentially. So Eminem is now what? A white supremacist who's bringing back segregation? Oh, okay.
Like melanin on volume
and he lacks melanin and volume turned up again, like he's getting up high on the drugs, turning his music up, or he turned up for this, and here we go yet again with the disses. Okay, all right, we got some more play, slid it in there.
Again, oh shit, here we go. Benzino versus Jim Crow. Know a custody when I see one. How many times you overdose? Cracker on crack, who rap? I hate black in the show. Invade our culture, then insult us. Time you get exposed. Lil ho, this Mariah, Christina, Michael.
Right, okay, so Eminem is a culture vulture. I just feel like every time that you have a white rapper that gets involved in a beef, there is 100% chance that the artist going against them is going to call them a culture vulture or corny or something along those lines. It's always gonna happen. And we've had it happen so far. He's calling them corny like Skittles. He's sweet. So we're laying into that. And then we're also playing on the culture vulture and obviously hip-hop music. And how many times have we been here on this merry-go-round? But here we go. We're back again. Let's do it.
Culture, then
Groundhog Day is fun.
So this time you get exposed. Lil ho, this Mariah, Christina, Michael, and Brit. What kind of fuck go to war with people dancing and singing? Don't fuck with 50. And keep it a buck. You ain't tough. Your baby mom can get a bag like how Cassie did Puff. If they read your lyrics in the court.
Your baby ma could get a bag like Cassie did Puff. Okay, that's a bar right there. All right, Benzino, you get a little golf clap there. Look at you. Look at you. Who wrote that for you? That was good. That was cute.
Tough. Your baby mom can get a bag like.
Right, because Kim could basically get put into a body bag versus getting the bag and getting paid off like Cassie with P. Diddy. And no, we're not going to talk about that. But if P. Diddy calls you and invites you to the party, just bring the KY, boys and girls.
Singing. Don't fuck with 50. And keep it a.
Don't fuck with 50, so he's leaning off for the men and fuckery, but don't fuck with 50. All you seem to do is run around dissing these pop stars, but I feel like we're like trapped 20 years ago. Like that hasn't really been happening so much recently. Are you dissing the SlimShady of that era, Benzino, or are you dissing Eminem right here, right now? Because like NSYNC and Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears, like they're no longer relevant. I'm not sure if you're aware of that because you've never really had relevance. So I guess it's hard to equate that and to figure out the difference in time. And yeah, Cloud. Okay.
Grit, what kind of fuck go to war with people dancing and singing? Don't fuck with 50. And keep it a buck, you ain't tough. Your baby mom can get a bag like how Cassie did Puff. If they read your lyrics in the court like they did Young Thug. From the drugs, chopping her up, corpse in the trunk, you a punk. Plan my funeral, please.
Oh, okay. All right. I do like that line of thought right there. If they read your lyrics in court like they did Young Thug, because obviously that was a huge case, right? And the judge ruled that the lyrics were admissible in court, which is just wild if you look at music from an artistic perspective. Like even Coldplay spoke out on this, Jay-Z, so many people, because it was wild at the time. Like all of a sudden your lyrics and your music can be used against you in the court of law. So think about if that was applied to Eminem. I get what Benzino is saying there. He's trying to poke at some institutional holes, right? What are you getting away with? See, because he called him a culture vulture earlier. So obviously because of his skin tone and his melanin, basically, he's not getting called out in a court of law. But if he was, then we'd look at all the bodies that he chopped up and wherever he dug them and hid them and everything else. And his mom, Debbie, would be there somewhere too, coming out of the closet. Let's go.
From the drugs, chopping her up, corpse in the trunk, you a punk. Plan my funeral, please. You shoot who? Square ain't even go circle the block for proof. And the truth, my daughter had a life that I never had. I'm probably more Boston George than a...
Oh, you really want a response? You really, really want a response, Benzino. He wants to take like the Ja Rule calling out Haley route, but we saw how well that went for Ja Rule in his career, and obviously they're still trying to remove pieces of the Oscar that's been shoved up his ass. But Benzino dropping in proof, but it is a clever rebuttal in the sense that Eminem was talking about the funeral, trolling him, and we broke it down. I think we were one of the only reaction channels to really break that down and what Eminem was doing there. Because Benzino was shot at by his nephew while he was in the funeral procession for his mother. And Eminem, doing his research and his homework in a diss track, used that and flipped it on Benzino and had it with the ad-lib. So Benzino, playing off of the funeral bars, who shoot who? You shoot who? Who you shooting? He's saying he's not gangster here. There's no proof, right? You're saying you're going to shoot people and acting all big, bad, and tough, but really there's none of that. Versus Proof getting shot. There is literally no more proof. Rest in peace to an absolute legend in Proof. And then on top of that, squares to circle, the juxtaposition of, squares not lining up with circles, but you wouldn't circle the block. So what Benzino was saying there is like, when Proof was shot and killed, you didn't go circle the block, right? You didn't go around extracting revenge for Proof's death. See what he's saying there? You're not really about that life, right? You're just a studio gangster. So that is him taking all of that and flipping a rebuttal. And there's layers to that one. All right, Benzino.
Plan my funeral, please. You shoot who? Square ain't even...
Look, and again, this is a rap battle at the end of the day, right? Fair to say Eminem fired shots, Benzino's firing back. So what do you do in a rap battle? You say things to get under your opponent's skin. That's what you want to do. But all I'm going to say is if you're going to do that, if you're going to cross those lines, then be ready for the repercussions.
Circle the block for proof. And the truth, my dog.
And he's also calling Eminem a square at the same time. Like, you're lame, you're a square too. So yeah, there was a lot flipped into that.
You shoot who? Square ain't even go circle the block for proof. And the truth, my daughter had a life that I never had. I'm probably more Boston George than America's dad, but I provided food.
My daughter had the life, so he's talking about Leray and Eminem dropping that. So there's another rebuttal right there. But Benzino saying, look, I wasn't the best dad. I wasn't America's dad. More Boston George, meaning he was more like a drug dealer. He was more about the streets and that type of life. But hey, he's doing what he can.
Never had. I'm probably more Boston George than America's dad, but I provided food, clothes, gifts, kept y'all excited. Now you let the industry Willie Lynch keep us divided. But back when I got indicted in and out of court fighting, you was in.
Wow, Jim Crow. Now he's the industry Willie Lynch. Basically, lynching comes from Willie Lynch and relating back to the slavery days, and Willie Lynch publishing books on how to treat slaves. And actually, ironically, instead of lynching, I think he proposed something like, divide and conquer. Oh yeah, divide and conquer, right? Like divide them, classify them differently. So what's he saying here? That the industry Willie Lynch is keeping us divided, right? The white boy is in here taking over the game, and he is dividing other black rappers and black artists from their time. Benzino is always gone after Eminem for a race. He was mad when Eminem got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He said that Nas should have been inducted, Lauryn Hill, etc., etc. So here we go again.
Willie Lynch keep us divided. But back when I got indicted in and out of court fighting, you was in a pretty home with something foreign to riding. Of course he'll tell you hate your father. He could never find his trailer park swine bitch. shit. You're miserable when you're lonely, and we think that they cloned you. You look weird, don't care how much Just for Men they put on you. Never seen with a girl, never seen with...
You look weird. Is this a repeat of your beard's weird? But in this case, he's talking about like Just for Men, like, are you dyeing your beard? We see what we're saying there because you're getting older. Eminem calls him trailer park trash. That's never been done before either.
Look weird, don't care how much Just for Men they put on you. Never seen with a girl, never seen with a bitch. But got a song, What If I Was Gay, with Joyner Lucas. I'm done.
Ah, another rebuttal. Hey, okay. All right, we got some rebuttals from Benzino. I'll take that. At least try to make it a fight. You know, I know those little arms, they can't really connect when you're trying to reach, but there's some shots thrown in there, right? Relating to Eminem, who obviously was trolling Benzino for what happened at the Red Roof Inn. Benzino immediately defaulting to, well, if we were a white couple, and it's like, well, why are you thinking about couples? So as we talked about there, Eminem made those insinuations. So Benzino, all right, you're going to insinuate on me, I'm going to flip this on you. Why do we not see you with a woman out on socials anymore, right? You always stay in your nice, luxurious house. You're trapped inside. I'm out like living this real life. I'm fighting court cases, probably because I'm unsuccessful and I never really had a career and I'm broke as fuck, but it's okay. I'm grinding. I'm going in. But you see the flip, right? You never with a woman, so the one thing that you do put out is If I Was Gay, the joke song with Joyner Lucas. So maybe some side shade thrown at Joyner there as well. I wonder if Joyner's going to rebuttal in any way and say something like we had a guest appearance from Busta Rhymes. Remember the Ja Rule diss? And then he took some shots at Busta like out of left field, out of nowhere. So Busta makes a guest appearance on Hail Mary. We will see if we get Joyner maybe as a little cameo on an Eminem track. Or 50 was called out there too. 50 was mentioned, so maybe 50 hops into this. We'll see, though. Things are starting to boil up a little bit. They're not really bubbling over yet because, honestly, the only thing that I could see maybe getting M to respond is the proof. The proof thing may cross lines for M because we know how personal that is for him. So he may decide, all right, this is worth his time and energy to do something else in addition to what he's already done in regards to Benzino. Yeah, we'll see on that. The other stuff, like he's a culture vulture, okay, that's used against every white rapper. Playing off of the name Eminem, Candy and stuff. That's been done so many times. Feminem's been done so many times. Now Eminem's like Jim Crow and Willie Lynch and stuff like that. So we're like really leaning into the culture vulture. Like that's all just like generic going after a white rapper. But I think he got a little bit more specific with the rebuttals like we talked about and his daughter and then Eminem's sexual preferences and flipping it in. Like the back half of that diss had some better lines for me than the first half. But anyways, what do you guys think of that? Do you think Eminem's going to respond to this whole situation? I think that's very important. We got rap beef, ladies and gentlemen. Benzino, no, not doing it. Anyways, love you guys. Stay safe, stay positive. It's only Knox, so you know I'll catch you again.